This is the Love Gurus podcast. You are in the right place. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. We're going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit.
Just ask the Love Guru.
Just ask us.
To tell you what to do.
You're damn straight we will.
In truth, the Love Guru.
Yes.
Or your life is screwed.
Fucking screwed.
Love Guru.
Yes, you heard the man. This is the Love Gurus podcast. We will be taking ridiculous dating questions, not just from the people on Reddit, but you guys in the chat. So definitely hit like and subscribe, ask questions. We're here every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Press that little like and subscribe button that's flashing right there. With me, as always, the greatest co-host in the history of co-hosts, Suzanne Shepherd. How you doing?
Yeah,
Tired?
just great. I don't know. We were like,
Fuck yeah,
maybe
she's pumped,
it was.
dude.
I was too excited that my body had to have a little bit of a come down, and so that's why I let out.
It's kind of like it went into like diabetic shock.
Yeah,
with
it was
adrenaline,
like, oh
that
my
kind
god,
of
oh my
thing.
god, oh my god. And now it's like, I'm tired, but it's
wild.
okay. I
think you were showing your power. Just how big
Yeah.
your mouth
I liked
is.
it. Can you do it again?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that when I was a kid, I watched some show on National Geographic where the lion does, sticks their tongue out when they yawn. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious. And so I would do it when I yawn. And then someone made fun of me, as kids should do when you're yawning like a lion when you're 13.
There you go.
And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop yawning like a lion. I had to it was like, "Blah," like every single time.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is you deserved it.
I did deserve it, but then when I realized I couldn't stop it. It took me forever to stop yawning and sticking my tongue out like a lion. So,
Yeah.
but I'm back.
There you go.
That wasn't scarring for me at all as a kid.
The lioness has yawned, and she went into a weird
I mean, it was
flashback,
really,
like a
it
non-fit
was
playing
really
with firecrackers.
Could you turn my headphones down just a
Oh,
tiny
yeah,
bit?
yeah.
Thank,
Yeah, we get
thank you so much.
It was, but yeah, I mean, it was really like the most vanilla of bullying that I received as a kid. I'm surprised I even remember that story. It was so blasé compared to
God.
the rest of it. So yeah.
That's true.
Did you ever get bullied for other reasons?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go
like
through all of them.
I could
Anyway.
think of a few. No.
I mean, just as we're here, a nerdy kid, but that's not why we're here. What are you guys, my therapist? She
Yes.
still hasn't fixed me anyway.
That's right. That's right. Screw
But
therapist.
yeah, I feel like what's much more interesting than talking about when I was sitting at a football game and one of the girls in my class just kept literally stepping on me, and everyone was laughing.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
Yeah.
What's funnier than that are our guests.
Yes. Let's
Yes.
introduce our guest, man.
Yes.
First up, she's a returning guest to the podcast. She's a hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only Caitlin McKee. Thank you for being back on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
Yes.
Feels good.
yes.
Feels good to be
Thank
back.
you. Tell them where they can find you.
I'm on YouTube at Caitlin McKee Comedy. I do a podcast called Entertainment about pop culture.
Damn.
Yeah, find me.
Yeah, she does loads of great skits. Your
Yes.
podcast is great, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm
definitely look for
I'm
it.
very unique in that I make comedic
Yes.
content and characters, and
What
I
is
post
that?
it
Fuck yeah,
online.
dude.
It's
No,
this
but
thing.
it's so. I mean, it's
Yes.
so good. I mean, you
Thank
don't.
you.
You
It's
say
not,
online. This is new.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just so unique. It's hard to explain. It's just after
A lot like love.
Again, like
That's
there
right.
are people that say, "Oh, I do characters online," and then there's Caitlin. I mean, this is not. It's not like she just flips on the camera and starts talking in a different voice. There's production value to
Oh, yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's a
She goes all out.
I mean, they're amazing. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
they're very well done.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Check out her
And
sketches online, and they're called sketches. Skit is a slur for a sketch.
Thank
but
you.
yes, check out her sketches
right.
online.
So nice. Thanks so much. Yeah.
And also check out our second guest. He is a first-time guest to the podcast.
Yeah.
He is another hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only Lukas Arnold. Thank you for being on
Oh
the
my
show.
God. That's a beautiful intro. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, man. Tell them where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on all social media at Lukas T. Arnold. That's Lucas with a K. I have a couple podcasts, actually. I have one that is
nice.
called Two Nosy Meerkats. You can find us on all social media at Two Nosy Meerkats. And then I also have another one. We're actually about to rename it because we did not anticipate the fact that there was another very similar name that is sucking all of the SEO.
Oh, no!
All of it!
SEO Steelers, those sons of bitches.
I know, even though they got there first, and technically I'm the stealer.
Hey, Manifest Destiny. That podcast name is yours as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was. It was called Rabbit Holes. It will be. It started off as a radio show. Then that got canned. We started up as a podcast under a different name. That we're now going to return to the original name, which is What's Your Spiral.
What's your spiral?
Oh, I like
Look
that.
it up.
I
Look
like
it up.
that. Yeah.
Indeed, yes. Check it out.
great.
Follow me everywhere. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm in love with all of you.
Thank
What?
you for being on. And I am in love with all of you and all of the listeners, man. Thank you to everybody who's there in the chat. Hey, Matt on YouTube, he says, Jake, Amy, Suzanne, Swifty, Shepherd. There
Yes,
you go.
I
There you
know.
go.
Yeah, I do need to get them cut, but I mean, if you're gonna copy someone's hairstyle, it has to be the Swift, no?
Yeah.
Or me.
Oh, or
There you go.
you were very close second, but
Thank
I don't
you.
I don't have your cheekbone structure, so that would have been detrimental to my
I don't have the
oval face.
I don't have the flowing nature of your hair. Mine doesn't do what your hair does.
Jake, you
I mean,
got a little Travis Kelce going.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say, at least you got hair to do something. I would take the hairstyle of literally anyone who's not going bald. That's whose hairstyle I want to copy.
It's tight. It's Travis Kelce. That's what I'm getting from you.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah. If he was fatter and balder and didn't play for the Chiefs.
Here's
sure.
the thing, though, is that I think you look good with your hair pattern the way it is.
Sure.
I'm sure you could probably look better with hair.
yeah.
I'm sure you probably could. But I'm saying you look
If
great.
you love me now, you should have seen me when I had hair. I was way more
Sorry,
fuckable with hair.
I was laughing that Caitlin laughed into the microphone, then realized that her laugh was recorded, and then pulled the microphone away to continue laughing.
It was a very bullyish laugh. It was the exact same frequency as Suzanne's lion yawning.
Shut that
bullies.
lion mouth. and Let me laugh the way I want. Okay. Jeez.
Oh, Joanne on YouTube says, hi all. Hello, Joanne. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Joanne.
Um,
Hey, Joanne.
Well, for
You
this
ready?
week, we have a semi-theme, and that theme is wasted breath. In all of these questions, these people, I mean, I think they're just wasting their breath.
Sure.
You know, that's my first hot take when I was farming these questions, but... You know, the point of this podcast is to get your guys' opinion, to get
Absolutely.
the listeners' opinion. Let's dive in.
Let's do it. Let's take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit. People, if you've got questions to write into the show, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, write them live in the chat every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. But for right now, we're going to take our first one from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. Date asked me to bake something. We're both 37, and we've gone on 2 great dates. Simple, easygoing, enjoy each other's company. We have plans for a 3rd date. In passing, I mentioned that I enjoy baking for the holidays, etc. He messaged me randomly and asked if I would bake something for his work gathering next week. I was a bit shocked that he asked this, to be honest, and my initial reaction was, that's a lot to ask for someone that you've only seen twice. He's never had any of my baked goods, so how does he even know if I'm a good baker? And also, it just seemed a bit odd to ask, unless I offered and he said sure, but I did not offer. Am I recalling into this too much? Is this odd, or is it actually a compliment and I'm trying to pick him apart too much? Ooh.
I have a point to raise. So I just want to make sure that I got the details correct. So they've gone on 2 dates. She has not baked anything thus far for him.
Correct.
Yes?
It's been
Correct.
bakeless dates.
It's
I
been
think.
bakeless.
Yes.
Bakeless. If I had a nickel. But
You mean she didn't bake me anything?
okay,
Damn
but
it.
if she hasn't baked anything thus far, that leads me to assume that this is a thing he does as a test.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
Because I think in dating, a lot of people have like something that they do that is like a bar that you have to pass if you can even consider going further.
Yeah.
It's the Chaz Palminteri in A Bronx Tale where he's like, go around the back of the car and see if she unlocks the door for you. If
Yes.
she does,
Yeah.
You got
and
the-
it's like
you
a
got-
litmus test for everything else.
I don't need to say anything else.
Yeah, there was a deleted scene where he was like, ask her to bake you something nice. See
Yeah.
if she bakes you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not gonna be a good wife if she won't bake nothing on the side.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's See, I understand. I understand what you guys are saying, and I agree that definitely could be the case in the scenario because that's very common. People will say, "Oh, it's a test to see if they put their partner through a test to see if they're going to jump through a certain hoop."
Or not even to jump through it, but just seeing how they do it.
How they
do you
react.
like it? Do you like what they make?
Like, for example, like you take someone that you're starting to date to a party with all of your friends, and really all you're doing is just seeing how they interact with all your friends. I mean, that is really a test, for lack of a better word. So, but in this instance...
this is a lot more direct of a test than... I wonder if they're a cool hang. You know what I mean? This is baking on the second date.
I just feel like he also could be stroking her ego a little bit because, she says in her question, "Oh, I mentioned that I like baking." We have no idea the lengths that conversation went. I mean, that really could have been a long conversation. And he's just saying, "Hey, I have this thing." Like, he's offering this. He doesn't know how her cookies taste, but he's asking, "Oh, would you do this thing for me because you said that you like doing it so much?" It's like, "Oh, you like jumping on trampolines? Well, there's this trampoline event at my work. Do you want to come jump on the trampolines with me?"
Yeah.
Hop over.
I think he's trying to put his mouth on her
God,
cookie.
it was right there. Oh.
Isn't this all a metaphor for anal? Like,
I'm so glad you brought that up.
right.
Yeah.
Eat the cake, the cookies. I think this is more of a test than we're reading into.
He wants to have his cake and do anal.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
This guy rocks.
The old adage.
Yeah.
He wants to have his cake and
Maybe at the same time. Maybe at the
That's
same
right.
time.
Once men realized that a woman's back could serve as a table, that was it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They stopped needing our faces, full stop.
Yeah.
So tired of tabling. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He could be one of those the cake fetish guys. You know the cake videos where women sit on cakes? That's a thing.
Oh yeah, the sitting on the cakes,
They
the
sit on-
smooshers.
Yes,
the
they
smoosh-
smush the cake. That's like a niche fetish video.
Wait, is the guy's...
niche.
I mean, totally normal, and I whack
Totally.
off
Thank
to
you,
it too.
thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, are they sitting on a cake, or are they sitting on the guy's face that has a cake on it?
Just on the cake, isn't
I
it?
think it's
Just on the
just
cake?
on the cake. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
watched it. I'm not a cake sit videologist. You know what I mean? Like
Does
I
the
haven't
cake
seen a
have
ton
to
of
be
these.
on
I'd like to point out neither am I.
For the record,
Does the
since
cake
this is
have to be
being
on the
recorded.
ground? I mean, that's you. For
Normally
me,
it's
you'd
on
have
the
to,
ground or the
you'd
bed,
have to
yeah.
make a really tall cake. I can't just go down. It like I would fall over.
Yeah,
I would smash the cake.
To me, it
like
just
my
seems
head.
messy and frankly a waste of good pastry. You know?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What? Okay, let's say that you are offered the opportunity to sit on a cake for a certain amount of money. What is the amount of money you would do it for?
know, like
It's
20
not.
bucks.
It's not out. It's not on the internet. Not public. But
Okay.
it's for
I was just
someone.
gonna ask that.
It's
Oh,
for someone.
I don't know.
I was just because I got a 1-year-old and I can't have him find
Yeah.
out that his old man is a cake sitter.
Oh, really?
No, but
On
you
the
could
side.
buy a lot of stuff for your 1-year-old.
I could.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say like $20. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't my
20?
Yeah, my price was really low. You
Wow.
said it's not gonna be
Yeah.
a video on the internet.
No, it's not going to be online, but my price is still higher than 20.
Dude,
Really?
I like
Wow.
that Suzanne's doing double digits on this one, man. Like,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Really? Like you're that? I would do it for a Lyft ride. Like I would probably like even do it for like a spot on a really good comedy show. Not a shitty bar show, but a good
No.
comedy show.
I would do it for self-esteem. I would do it for, just to feel wanted.
I do it just to sit down.
yeah.
Exactly.
I would just do it for some leftover cake, honestly. I don't know if they plan on keeping the cake, but
I don't want taint flavored cake.
Well,
You say
kinda-
that now.
Yeah,
but,
It's it's
a good flavor.
There's a reason why they call it a strawberry.
Pooh, it's taint cake again. No, it's all they had left.
Do you think that that's how they first started celebrating Happy Birthday, and then they thought, you know what, let's just
Yeah.
start spitting on it instead because let's just blow out the candles because
What?
when we try to fart them out, it just gets too messy.
You know, it's barely less sanitary than the way we do the candle thing now.
That's what I'm
where
saying.
it's like, in a post-COVID world, we're like, okay, kids, everybody help them blow the cakes out. And now you have like 17 5-year-olds going,
super
and just
spreader.
spitting
Super spreader.
all over the cake.
Yeah.
And I got to sit there and eat a piece and act like it's not covered. It's not a goddamn petri dish.
Seasoned,
Yes.
some would say, with germs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's awful.
Yeah, it's I just think that this whole peanut allergy thing is a myth. It's actually the parents just don't want their kids to eat spit cake.
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, so back to this question. I mean, I feel like it is a test, certainly, but I do think that there is a little bit of this thing that, when I was on the apps, it was very easy to find something that went wrong in the date or something that you didn't like in the person. And it's only when you're really genuinely ready to settle down that it's like, okay, you know what? That's crazy. I'm being crazy for this thing. It's like, unless you have no one else in the dating pool that you're talking to that you like better. I mean,
Right.
it's, I do think that she's being a little, it could be construed as weird, but so could him taking you to a restaurant with cloth napkins instead of paper napkins. Oh, are you that kind of snob? Yeah, you think that cloth napkins are better for the environment, you piece of shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Is that too far of a reach?
No,
I see what you're saying. It doesn't seem that weird if she was already talking about it. Like, it seems like it came up naturally in conversation.
Yeah, if she didn't say anything about
Right.
liking to bake, and he was like, "Make me cupcakes, bitch."
Yeah.
No, that's
Right.
a fucking.
I think the phrasing is so important. Could you bring up the phrasing that he used when he said, was it like, "Oh, I have this thing, it would be lovely," or did he say, "I want you to make this"?
It's unfortunately not quoted.
Okay,
It just says he messaged me randomly asking if I would want to bake something
There we
for
go.
his work gathering next week.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
so now
He
now
wants her
this
to cater? That's a lot of baking. I just thought he wanted one.
Well, now this is different because I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's like, because you guys remember in The Office when Jim got Pam like that whole art studio in the garage, and he tried to create an opportunity for her to express herself artistic. Maybe this is him going, oh, this is a way I can create an opportunity for her to show something that she loves to do.
That's what I think it is. It came up, and he's like, well, I want to show interest in the things that she's interested in. I really think she's looking too hard into it. Again, if she hadn't have mentioned the baking
Has she tried
thing,
asking him? Like what he meant?
Yes.
No. This is a much easier path. First the internet, then a podcast, then loop way back around. We're just hoping that this gets to her before the third date.
Oh yeah.
So
if she hadn't have brought it up, it would only be
a text.
not
A
weird.
text to him is ridiculous. Okay, that's ridiculous.
I'd like to apologize.
Natalie on YouTube. How's it going, Natalie? She says, "Daddy is cake sitting for you, son."
Oh, nice.
That's right. That's right. Damn it, these cake videos. Don't you talk down on me for these cake videos. These cake videos put clothes on your back. It's what paid for the tuition of this fancy private school.
My father was a cake sitter, and his father was a cake sitter before him, and you'll be a cake sitter whether you like it or not.
We sit on cakes in this family, son. We've done it for generations. We've done it since the old country.
Took down the British. I can't do the accent.
Our family crest is a fat man sitting on a cake naked.
It's gotta feel kind of good. Like it's gotta feel kind of like nice. Like
I think
it's like a hug for your underside. Isn't
Only
that,
for
isn't
the-
that
only
what we're
in-
all wanting?
only in the descent. I think afterwards you'd be like, all right, this is pretty sticky
Yeah,
now.
but that first
I
bit,
feel like a soil.
have you ever if there's like a big snowdrift and you just like go backwards in a big snowdrift, and the second before you're cold, it's just so soothing because it's just like a big hug.
yeah.
So I
But
feel like
if that goes up your ass, that's a different. That's a different hug.
Naked sledding is tough.
I wait. How does this? Is this where 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink comes through?
I think it's all going in
It all goes
the
in the
places.
stink.
Yeah,
stink.
it's
It's
all
all in the stink, baby.
It's all
all
the
stink.
pink, the stink everywhere.
Yeah.
It's,
No
Cake don't
way.
judge.
all the cakes up there. Yeah, the cake. I mean, it's frosting.
No way. No way would it go up the stink. No way.
I mean, what?
Well, you're not doing it
way.
right.
Well, it depends on if you put birthday candles on or not.
Some of us commit.
I mean, you think I'm paying $20 for cake sitting videos when it's not going up the stink?
Oh,
what is this, a Mormon cake sitting video?
Now
What is it?
now I know why your
Family-friendly
guys'
Cinemax?
Now I know why your guys' prices are so high.
Yeah.
You guys have big old gapers that
Right. Oh, yeah.
You think if you sat on a bundt cake, it wouldn't go in your asshole because it would completely miss the hole? because there is a hole naturally just in a bundt cake.
That's how they first invented donut pillows. I'm sure anyone that is it your what's your tailbone called? What's the
the coccyx?
The coccyx. I was going to say the onyx. Yeah,
you're welcome, Biden.
The first coccyx that was ever broken was treated by Grandma's bundt cake.
Yeah.
Wait, there's something else on your body called cock? Coccyx? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also the penis.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah. Two things. I didn't know.
That's right. The leg bone's connected to the knee bone. The knee bone's connected to the coccyx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get final advice for this question. I feel like we've eaten into this enough.
Before final advice, though, I got some comments.
Oh yes.
Let's see. Suzanne, are you? You're Suzanne. I'm so dumb.
I am, but to be fair, I am on YouTube.
You are on YouTube right now. That is true. But also on YouTube is Joanne. She says, "I'd say sure, I'll bake. Could you change the oil in my car while I cook?"
That's fair.
That's good
Smart.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's good thinking.
That's
Tit for
nice.
tat.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Matt on YouTube says above ground dating pool with a slide. Joanne says making pot brownies. Yeah, I think it's a good one.
Oh, that's illegal.
Yeah.
Well, unless you disclose it,
no,
then it's on him.
You can. Well, yeah. I mean, it's fun. It'll make for a fun third date.
Oh no, a woman in Florida served weed food to everyone in her wedding, and she went to jail.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Fucking ran.
Do you guys know what the internet
for
is?
making
How have you
it-
not heard of this?
I'm assuming
story?
this is not consensual.
Yeah, so it's everyone.
Dude, this lady
at her
sounds
wedding,
fun.
She put it was infused food that she served at her wedding. She didn't
Fuck
tell
yeah,
anyone.
dude.
It was people were freaking out, going to the hospital. People thought they were having heart attacks.
That is
she and the caterer went to jail.
You know what?
I mean, Florida, of course.
I don't like that I
I'm so
side
on this
with the
lady's
law
side.
on this. I'm like,
No way,
yeah,
dude.
no, you shouldn't have that thrust upon you. That's
But
terrible.
to be
No
fair,
way,
their
dude.
mugshots were very funny because they were what? Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I want to put money in this lady's prison commissary. She rocks. In fact, you know what? I'm giving her free cake sitting videos. That's right.
Her wedding, all of her wedding money just was used on her bail.
Dude, this lady, fuck Ron DeSantis for locking that lady up. He should pardon her. This lady sounds awesome.
Pardon for Thanksgiving, maybe, instead of a turkey? Is she still in jail?
She's probably out by.
I mean, I can't
It wasn't
imagine.
a long time, but any
Okay.
stint in jail does tend
Sure.
to follow you for several years. So,
Yeah.
you know.
You're sitting in there in Gen Pop, and they're like, "What are you in here for? You are not going to fucking believe this, you know." Have I got a
I
tale
had a
for
fun
you?
wedding. I had a fun wedding.
Sorry for
and-
caring.
Yeah.
Sorry for being a generous spirit.
Yeah.
Everyone complains about a cash bar. No more.
Amy on YouTube says, it honestly just sounds like he wants another date with her and is awkwardly just trying to keep the
that's
conversation going. Yeah, I mean, he heard her say something she was interested in. They're just getting to know each other. He just figured it would be.
They're
Now
2 dates in.
Yeah, it's
2 dates.
2 dates in. There's not a ton, that they know about each other, really. Natalie on YouTube says, agreed, Amy, they must have had a convo about baking, and he's using this as an opportunity to see her again. Amy says, if she actually was into him, she would have no problems with this question. Man on YouTube says, 2 in the pink, come on.
I don't know why that's funny, but it is funny.
Let's see. Matt on YouTube says, lower backbone, I broke mine fighting Harvey Firestein. He says, coexist. Joy on YouTube Joanne on YouTube says, you mean my cock says. Joanne on YouTube says, I thought everything was legal in Florida. Yeah. No, they're getting all
Is weed
strict
legal
'cause
in
of
Florida?
Probably not under DeSantis, man. They
Like
get fucking
Recreational.
Siri?
Yeah. I'm sure it's. I don't think it's. I don't think it's as.
I'm leaning no.
It's certainly no Colorado, but
No.
I think
No.
that there's probably some glaucoma patients that are fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my final advice for this woman is: listen, I think you're making a mountain out of a pile of flour, and
That's
if you
called a
want,
cake.
he said, would you like to? If you don't want to, the response is, I would not like to. If you would like to, say, yes, I would like to. I mean, these are not hard questions to answer. And
Yeah.
if you can't answer simple questions like that when engaging in a adult romantic relationship. Maybe you shouldn't be trying to engage in an adult romantic relationship.
That's true.
I mean, this is communication 101.
I mean, if she's having a
Would
tough
you
enough-
like to know?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
easy. If she's having this tough a time with this question, imagine how hard it's going to be when he asks her to do a cake sit video. You know what I mean? That's a way awkward conversation.
Yeah. Or
Watch, he has no anxiety about that. He's like, hey, this is really what this has been leading up to.
I thought you'd never ask. I brought one with me.
what other final advice do we have for this person?
Just be honest and communicative with this potential partner. It could be solved so easily, probably, if you just said, hey, this is an anxiety that I've been having. Let's alleviate it.
Do you, like, not to date myself, but, you know, I remember when, I mean, well, I was, by the time I first started dating seriously, like, we were texting and stuff, but I remember, you know, being, like, a kid, you know, a teenager and having to, like, tell your feelings to your boyfriend's face as a teenager. But then, thank God, cell phones came, and I remember being like, oh, I'm so glad we just have to text shit now. Like, we don't have to actually say our feelings aloud. And now it's like, people are, like, scared to even do that. Like, what's next? What's next? If we're too scared to send text messages...
Cake sitting.
Yeah.
Just cakes. We're all just going to be sitting on
it's
different
just going to be a
cakes.
series. We're only going to communicate through cake farts. That's another thing, too.
Cake farts?
Sometimes they fart on them, yes.
Oh.
Really? Wait,
Yeah.
really? That's
Yeah.
the thing? You fart on the
I
cake?
swear to God, that's
And
it.
then
That's
do
the
they
thing.
eat the cake?
So...
Well, I think it's just a woman in the video. I'm sure they have some where some fucking weirdo's eating it, but like
Have you guys ever heard of a cake walk?
Cakewalk. Yeah.
no.
that sounds
I've heard of a
familiar.
cakewalk, but
I've
that's
only
a very
heard of
old thing.
It is.
That means it's easy, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So it, like if something was a cakewalk, the metaphor was that was easy to do. But
That's right.
When I was a kid, they used to have it was called a cakewalk, and so what they would do is they would place cakes.
Oh, I remember that.
In
Yeah.
a circle,
Uh-huh.
and it was almost like musical chairs. But if you stopped in front of said cake, you just got that cake. And I remember thinking, this is the dumbest game ever.
Right.
Just don't make me walk around in a circle. Just get me, because I'm obviously gonna get a cake.
Right.
I just want the cake.
This is a
let me pick
psyop by Big Cake.
You were being groomed.
I was being groomed by Big
God.
Cake.
Yep. It's they were grooming you for cake sitting.
Yeah.
All those years ago.
It was like I
Cakewalk
won
is a slippery
something
slope
and
to
I
cake
wasn't
sit.
even excited about it because it wasn't hard at all.
Yeah.
So-
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Oh, man.
My final advice is just forget the baking, forget the cake sitting, just go right to cake peeing. Just go right to cake peeing.
I bet that's a
Yeah.
thing too. It
Yeah.
has to be. It has to be a thing.
Right? Yeah.
It's-
Just
it's-
yellow cake, you know what I mean?
Uranium. Uranium.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We need to go into a rack. They got that yellow cake. Oh no, it's a cake sitting video. Sorry, I thought it was WNDs. It was just cake sitting videos.
Pissin' accomplished.
Yes.
okay. What other final advice do we have?
Oh, man, I mean it. My final advice is, other than just going right to cake sitting, I mean, I guess just maybe bake him a little bit of stuff. I say compromise. You know, he wants you. To me, the weirdest thing is that he asked you to bake for people at his work. You know, he's really giving you a whole fucking afternoon's worth of stuff.
That's
you know?
a lot of people to bake for.
It's a lot of people to bake for.
That is,
Yeah.
I did not put that together. That is
It's a big ask.
It's one thing to maybe he could say like, "Hey, I'd love to bake you something.
Right.
I remember you like let's make each other something." That's a cute
Oh,
little.
yeah.
That's a cute low stakes thing.
For sure. He
But
should
for,
have offered to cake
Not
cake make with him.
necessarily. He could work for like a company of 12 people.
I mean, he could
He could work for a mom and pop shop. Hey, these are my parents.
He could work for a bakery. And it's a sick burn. Hey, look at this loser I found on the
Yeah.
internet. And then he and Mama
Wow.
Pop in the back
Yeah.
of the bakery lose it while they're making the cronuts.
They're all wearing black T-shirts like Simon Cowell, and they are just shit talking her cake. Dude.
That's hilarious.
I
Okay.
wouldn't even sit on this cake. It's disgusting.
Your attempt at baking was laughable at best.
I don't have bad Botox. What are you talking about? I look perfectly normal.
So
My
normal.
face looked fine before I took a bite of your shitty cake.
Yeah. Great. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we should move on to the
Absolutely.
next question.
Yeah, we
Next
did it.
question.
We did it.
We're going to take our next one from the wild animals on Reddit. If you guys got any, give them live right there in the chat. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take another one from Reddit.
Next question. My boyfriend went through my things. I'm 27 and my boyfriend's 32. We've been dating for about 6 months. Things started out a little bit rocky, but we've really grown from there. We currently live about 45 minutes apart, so that's a bit of a challenge in itself. Yesterday, though, he was visiting and he drove me into work, gave me a kiss, and then left. I called him on my break and told him that we were getting out early, so I was very excited for some extra time together. Turns out that he spent the few hours that I was at work going through everything in my bedroom. Ooh, in the car on the way home, he told me that I, quote-unquote, stole something from him that can't be explained, and just left it at that.
That can't be explained?
I was incredibly confused.
Oh, he's a cokehead, dude.
And he was talking about...
This. I'm calling it right now. This guy is a fucking cokehead. That is a cokehead move.
I was incredibly confused that what he was talking about and thought that maybe it was a shirt that I had of his. He made me wait in silence in the car until we got to my house. He got out of the car, went to the back seat where his overnight bag was, unzipped it, and front and center was a vintage Lord of the Rings trilogy book that my father had given me years ago. He said, "Why do you have my grandpa's book?"
More addictive than cocaine. More addictive than cocaine.
This is so much worse than him just being a junkie. Oh my God. Run.
Vintage book.
I feel disgusting. As a Lord of the Rings fan, I feel so...
Yeah, right.
Scene?
No, I'm going off a bridge. Oh my God.
He wants to jump into the pits of Mordor right now.
I was
my precious book.
I was in
God.
shock, so I grabbed it and went inside. When I got to my room, I noticed that everything had been gone through, or everything of his was gone. The Xbox, the coloring books, the shirts, the stuff that he brought over to entertain us. He followed me inside and proceeded to break up with me, but then he didn't really want to leave. We ended up talking about it, but I also found out the other morning when I was asleep in his bed, he took my phone and went to the bathroom and went through that too.
Whoa.
Went through all of my texts with my ex, my Facebook, and God knows what else. My boyfriend has been my rock for the past few months, and I love him with all of my heart. So I'm glad we were able to talk things out yesterday, but I can't shake this feeling. I feel like he violated my trust by going through my things. The books in question were in a suitcase in the back of my closet, so he was looking hard.
Yeah.
I also lost my sense of security as we had talked about moving in together and future plans. But now, constantly in the back of my mind is he always going to be going through my stuff? What do I do?
Well, congratulations. You're a Lord of the Rings fan, and you are dating Gollum. That's fucked.
I don't know. If you guys are talking about moving in together, shouldn't that be the first step where they are allowed to go through all of your stuff? Do you guys remember that old show? It's a British show called Come Dine With Me. And they would do that. Strangers would do that on the show. They would go... While the person was cooking, like the premise was that they were inviting these people over for a dinner party, and while the person was cooking, the guests would go through the stuff in their house. No
Really?
one's
I've
that
seen
show?
Come Dine With Me, but it's been years and I don't quite remember
Yeah.
that.
I've never-
That's
yeah.
the thing that also happens
That's-
on Queer Eye, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of jars me every time. And I'm like, you're just going through. I mean, it is very entertaining, and they're very hilarious as they're going through your stuff. But it is just like it's a little invasive.
But also,
Right.
yeah, but also I think it's naive to think that if you are going to move in with someone that A, they aren't going to see that shit when you're moving, B, that they just aren't going to see it at some point. It's not that they're looking for it. I don't know. It's
yeah.
almost like I feel like that's like your due diligence. Okay, like
Sure.
you're at work, I've got nothing else to do. I don't want to play PlayStation 3 anymore. I'm gonna go through your closet
greatest gaming console
because
ever.
we're gonna be on a lease together, and I don't want to get hosed for 12 months of living with some psycho that's got cat head stuffed in a suitcase. I feel like that's normal.
But okay, I agree with you if that was what happened here.
Yeah.
I don't. But it's the manner in which he went through it. If he was just going through it because he was curious and wanted to find out more about her because they're moving in together, fine. Still a little like maybe you should ask first, and that would be. But fine. Like that's one kind of thing. But this whole like she stole my fucking vintage Lord of the Rings stuff. Like that's just a weird. It's a nutty thing to do. And dude. Women don't want to steal Lord of the Rings shit. What woman is stealing Lord of the Rings shit? Like, when is the last time you have gone into a woman's apartment or house and seen a bunch of fucking action figures and collectibles from comic books? And, like that's
you
crazy.
need to meet cooler women.
I was just gonna say this all just sounds sexist. This all sounds sexist.
Well,
what's supposed to be in our closet? Cookie sheets.
That's right.
Because we bake all the time. We love baking.
Yes.
All us women.
That's right.
Yo, oh, you found my Cuisinart in my cupboard. Whoops.
Yeah.
You found my cake sitting photos. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And you found my Lord of the Rings collection.
That's right. That's right. If I see action figures in a woman's house, I say, unless you're planning on baking a cake that looks exactly like that doll, get it the fuck out of here.
I feel like the red flag is like telling the partner that I went
pretty
through your
wild.
shit without you knowing.
That's
a psycho move. Yeah.
Right?
That's
Like,
the most
crazy.
that's the most trusting part of all of this is that he owned up to it. It's like at least he would tell you.
Yeah. Like
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, no, I never did it. You know?
Yeah, right. Well, but the thing is he thinks that he found, and this is where part of me is on this guy's side a little bit in the sense of like, I get that he thinks that she took it now that he found it, just because like, what are the fucking odds? You know what I mean? Like you both had the same vintage Lord of the Rings book. Like
two nerds find each other.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, this is crazy.
It sounds like that's common ground.
I mean, this is like a
there's
nerdy
probably
Cinderella story.
Even though
from
it's
hell.
vintage, there's probably thousands of copies. Or am I?
Yeah, I don't think you'd keep a valuable book in a suitcase in the back of the closet if it was like a collectible or whatever.
Right.
Which also they are in love at this point. They've built up a huge connection, so I'm wondering what if this is like a hidden part of the connection they didn't even know was there.
Oh, that's hot. Yeah.
Are you horny? I'm hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
They're gonna recite, while banging and
they're gonna fuck in Elvish.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Pulling out those arrows.
Oh my god.
I'm not
Fuck me and pull on my pointy ears.
I'm not even 100% sure what y'all nerds are talking about, but it sounds hot though. Peter Jackson. It sounds hot. It sounds like one time my friends were having sex under a shelf and the shelf fell on them, and they came and they were like, "We just had danger sex." I was like, "What? Is that what you're talking about?"
Under a shelf?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Elvish.
Oh,
Elvish,
elf on a shelf. Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Elvish. Danger
There we
sex.
go. Yeah.
Oh, danger sex.
It is going to be dangerous now because now they're going to have like angry makeup sex, and she's just going to be like nerd shit talking. I'm like, yeah, and after I get done fucking, I'm going to take your toys out of the box, and
You
she's just
little
going to say things.
You little hobbit.
Yeah. She opened up my C-3PO. It's so dirty,
And then took it into the bathroom. What is this guy doing taking her phone into the bathroom?
So, okay,
This guy's
thank
a
you
fucking
for
nut job.
bringing this up. No, Caitlin brings up really the only part of this question that I have issue with is that he got her phone and went through, because even though I talk a big talk about, it's your due diligence to go through all of your partner's shit. When you go through your partner's phone, that's like, especially like when you don't know, when you haven't established that you basically have no boundaries, that to me that's a red flag.
I think we're glossing over a big thing, which is that this man will kill.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like it.
This is a danger to humanity, this guy.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's not a good person.
No.
Yeah, he's the fucking the Comic-Con slasher. He's not a good.
And wait, did she see him were they together and he just like snatched the phone like Gollum and took it into the bathroom? Like, how does she know that the phone was in the bathroom?
Dude, I'm totally picturing him going through the phone making Gollum noise.
Yeah.
That whole
let me see. I think it was it was like she was asleep and he took the phone into the bathroom.
Oh, and, like, she
noticed
woke up.
Yeah, something like that.
Because, yeah, like...
Yeah, we ended up talking about it, but I also found out the other morning when I was asleep in his bed, he took my phone to the bathroom and went through it. So,
I mean, that is...
So, but he had to admit it because she says that she was asleep.
And that's like, yeah, like psychotic bravado.
Unless she like got out the dust and like fingerprinted her phone every morning. I mean, as we all should.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We should fingerprint.
I have a
phones.
morning routine. Yeah, it's part of it.
Who's touched my phone? And then you just put it into the FBI database.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
easy.
I
It's
can't
easy.
even fall
It's
asleep until I've
an app.
gone through
It's
all
so
my
easy.
wife's phone. So,
Yeah.
That's-
All of your wife's phone.
That's right. All of it. I go through all of it. I leave no app unturned.
Tab after tab
That's
after
right.
tab.
That's
I'm
right.
almost done with phone.
I can honestly say I'm sure at some point I've gone through someone I was dating. I'm sure I've gone through a phone, but I can safely say anytime that someone gives me their phone, I'm always like, how do this work? It's like I lose all ability to operate technology. I'm like, you pressed the button, even if they're like, Suzanne, can you take a picture? I'm like, which one is it? I freeze because I feel like that's such a boundary. And also, the times that I've been starting to date someone new and I go through their Facebook, what always happens is it's not that I get jealous. I'm like, let's just get sadder and sadder.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've actually got one that's blossoming. He's on the way up. Yeah, because he wasn't 19, wasn't a good year. No, not for
Guy's dressed like Gandalf, and it's not even Halloween. Fuck this guy.
And then on
He's
Halloween...
getting younger over time.
or like
This is Benjamin Button.
like he's the one friend on Halloween who doesn't dress up. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, why?
And you like look at the girlfriends and I'm just always like, oh no.
Interesting.
Oh, I hope she's doing better now.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't like dressing up for Halloween. I could see being that guy.
Okay, yeah.
I could do it.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. I'd be that asshole that would show up not in a fuck. I would be like, screw you. I get told year round that I look like Beetlejuice when he was still alive. So I'm going as a young, sexy Beetlejuice.
I really wish that we had the technology right now to display on screen. So Jake's wife, Amy, this last Halloween, 2 weeks ago, went as Yosemite Sam.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
You did?
No, Amy did.
Amy
Amy
did.
went
Yes.
as Yosemite Sam, and
I
it was
love
by
that.
far the funniest costume I've seen in years. I just wish we had it. I could show you.
Dude, she
guys.
made it. Yeah, she made it from
But
scratch.
I wish I had the ability
Yes.
to like display it onto.
Do you
the
feel that
screen
she
for the
betrayed
viewers.
you and took your historic?
What were you?
Yosemite Sam
I
costume.
was just a French person.
Actually, it was my Yosemite Sam costume.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
that rules. That
that was my
rules.
costume.
And she
She made it for me.
performed in it.
She made that. She
She's
made that.
performing
Yes.
in it. Wow.
It's everyone's like, she's like, what do you think I am? Everyone's like, I'm a drunk rooster.
Yeah.
No, she made that for me when I was on Character Debates. Shout out to Character Debates, Michael Harrison. I did a cameo for someone as Yosemite Sam.
Wow.
So I did, for a patron.
Can you
I
do
did
a little
cameo.
Yosemite? Or
It's been a little while. Can I?
Okay,
do
sorry,
this? I'm the roughest, toughest outlaw ever crossed the Rio Grande.
it's pretty good. Yeah.
Wait, let me try.
I'm the roughest
Yeah.
toughest outlaw that ever crossed the Rio Grande.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I
a
think
little-
that this is how how COVID started. Like they thought it was a lab in
Yeah.
Wuhan. It was
lot
actually
of
just
phlegm.
it was actually just men doing the Yosemite Sam
Yosemites.
impression.
Yeah.
Oh, horny toad. COVID didn't start in Wuhan. It started in Bill Clinton's basement. It was that darn Hillary that did it.
It's like a witch brewing a cauldron.
Yeah.
That's what your throat sounds like.
Dude, Yosemite Sam, he's into medical misinformation. You know what I mean? You could tell that guy,
Yeah.
I'm not taking no damn vaccine.
Oh,
No way. Yeah. Please.
Yeah, you put that Johnson & Johnson in front of me and tell him to take 10 paces. Both of the Johnsons.
He stormed the Capitol for sure.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. For
I think he
sure.
was there. I think I for sure saw him there.
He's small, right?
He was
He
small.
could get under all the caution tape
he was
and
just-
everything.
Where's Nancy Pelosi?
I was about to say Pelosi. I was about to be like, 100% he goes for Pelosi.
I had 3 cups of coffee and a bran muffin on the way here.
But he's also probably kind of sexually attracted to Pelosi, right? Like he has the hate love.
I'm not gonna
thing
lie.
going.
I'm not gonna lie. Pelosi. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Well, I may not like how she votes, but I'd watch her sit on a cake.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, that's why.
Maybe even piss on it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
The things I'd watch her do to pastries, my God.
Yeah.
I'd be booted from Disney films forever. If they...
She could just wreck a cheese Danish. Ah!
She's Danish.
She could cross my sont.
Go ahead.
Let me. I got. I'm way backed up on comments here. Oh, Joel says, "Well, I'll be damned. It's Thursday. Sorry, I'm late."
Hi, Joel.
Producer
Hi.
Amy says, "Hi, Joel." Joel says,
Yeah,
hi,
those ones when someone says hi to the other one, you don't have to read those ones.
Well, I know, but I hadn't read it yet. Joel says, "Hi, Amy." He says, "I got wrapped up in an MLK conspiracy video." That's right. MLK killed JFK.
It happened.
He was on the
What?
Grand Hall. That's right. It was. He was like, "There's too many acronym guys," and then boom, he took him out. But no, I don't know what the conspiracy video was. But Matt on YouTube says fentanyl, cocaine, baking soda, a conventional oven, and a.
Can I get the
microwave.
receipte again?
Yeah.
Can you list that out?
Yeah, fentanyl, cocaine, baking soda, and a convection oven and a microwave oven. You can start your own business. Yeah, dude, fucking A.
Wait, with the base ingredient, fentanyl. They're like,
Yeah.
fentanyl, an Excel spreadsheet, and a mouse. You can start your own business. Fentanyl, a couch, and plastic baggies. You can start your own
And an email address. Fentanyl at Gmail. Fentanyl company at Gmail.
Worlds can change with the right Gmail.
Screw doing podcasts, Suzanne. All we need is 2 kilos and a PowerPoint presentation. We can make way more money than with this podcast. Let's see. Joel on YouTube says she needs to chill. He only looked through her belongings. It's not like he started wearing her panties. Oh, wait. Joanne says dump him. Producer Amy says get out, leave, do not look back, run. Matt says you got to check your kid's room coloring books. He says he threw the Crayola sharpener at my car.
Wow.
Joel on YouTube says, hang on a sec. He has vintage Lord of the Rings stuff. She's a beard and doesn't know it. Joanne on YouTube says, girl, you in danger.
Yeah.
Yes. Man on YouTube says, Lord of the Rings is a great name for a bar. Before that shitty book came out.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I saw the first Lord of the Rings and I was like, this is dumb.
Dude, I mean, I didn't mind the movie. You know, it was actually really good.
I'm sure the books are good, but I've never.
No,
bothered
the
to
movies
read the
are way
books.
better. If you didn't like the movies, it's downhill from here.
Hey, you know what I did like though that I didn't expect to the stuff that Amazon made, the new Lord of the Rings stuff, the kind of spin-off.
Really?
thing.
What
I
did you?
thought it was
Because
good.
I thought it was visually gorgeous, but I thought the storytelling was real weird.
I mean, yeah, it's like, look, it wasn't The Godfather, but it looked fucking cool. Yeah, that's what made it. Is like,
Yeah, it looked amazing.
great.
It did
Yeah,
look amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, you both are yes. It's you both had the right assumption.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
All right,
but
cool.
but the visual stuff so overdid it for me that I'm like, I don't care that it's because it's Lord of the Ringsy. It's there's shires and elves, and it's like all right, well it's kind of silly, but it was going to be silly no matter what. So
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah, but I prefer the original rest of the movies. I do.
Fair. I didn't see any of those fucking prequels. I'm like, they did a prequel with the Hobbits, the fucking most boring ass characters
was
in that
terrible.
movie. Like, what are you doing? You picked the guy that played Rudy. He was the most boring character in the Lord of the Rings. You couldn't have gone for the elves, the dwarves. You couldn't have gone with that evil wizard guy. Like, what are we doing here? You went with the fucking the Hobbits.
The best bit was the dragon. Can I give a little burst of my Smaug the dragon, just a little bit?
Yeah,
love
what-
it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. There we are. Yeah. baby.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a
I don't
great
think I saw the
dragon.
one with the dragon. Was that in the prequels?
That was the second one. That was the second one of the Hobbit movies. Why was it a trilogy? Why?
Yeah, no shit. They should have done. They could have done a spin-off with anybody else.
They got
What are you
greedy.
Anyone.
He got greedy.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
So let's quickly give final advice for this question. Then going back.
Cool.
So again, the boyfriend goes through things, accuses her, goes through her phone. She's like, they talked. I just want to point this out. They did talk it through. She feels like they did get over this issue, but she quote unquote can't shake this feeling, and in a not Justin Timberlake way, unfortunately. So I think that you should move in with this guy and you should progress with your relationship. And the reason why is because what she says, he went through everything in my room. So I don't know why you just have a room in a house. You don't have your own place. So it's time to grow up and get your own place. Actually, she's only 27. I don't know. I had roommates until I was like 34.
Yeah, the roommate situation.
Oh yeah. In New York, I mean, it's
Yeah.
Do we know where they are?
No, that's not specified. So yeah, I would just say move in with him but save your money so that you can then get your own apartment or make your own place.
Nice.
And the rest of this stuff, it's not red flag enough. You're kind of in pink. You're like in breast cancer territory. It's October for you.
It's just a routine mammogram. Your relationship.
That's all.
It's just getting your tits squeezed by a machine, and a woman just tells you, "Hold your breath." I've had breast cancer in my family. I've had many mammograms. Thank you so much. I can talk about them. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway. It went quiet here. So sorry. So sorry.
Well,
so
no,
sorry.
I was really the next because in my head I was thinking of the breast cancer, the breast cancer ribbon with being blasé about the fact. Oh wait, there's a whole meaning behind that. This is why
people love breast cancer talk.
don't-
I mean,
Yeah.
if you bring up breast cancer, everybody's just like blah 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 blah. Everyone just chimes in. They're like, "Yo, we're talking about breast cancer."
It's crazy you say that because as soon as you started talking about it, I was like, I'm going to sit my ass down and listen.
Right.
I really
I
didn't
love
read.
it.
I didn't read the room on that comment.
Dude, breast cancer. It's top 5 cancers for me. It's one of my faves.
Yeah.
For sure.
Everyone's top 5. Yeah. It's like,
Speaking of breast cancer, if I was this lady, I would rather. I'll tell you right now, I'd rather have a quadruple mastectomy than fucking spend 1 minute around a guy who goes fucking psycho over a collector's.
Get rid of
This
more
is
than you
crazy.
have. Get ahead of the problem.
Yes,
okay.
yes. This guy is worse than a tit tumor. I'm telling you, he's
Oh.
fucking worse. I hate this guy.
Okay. All right. What are the final advice?
I think she should actually steal something from him because she clearly didn't steal the book.
Oh yes,
So then she should
absolutely.
just like a cute little game.
Just steal his car and be like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Just really mind game him back. I don't know what you're talking
or
about.
she just
Like,
or just be passive aggressive, like, oh, that new game on your phone, it's not that good. What?
yeah.
I just think she needs to, play back a little in this. Really, it's relationships are give and take, and she needs to now take his car.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh yeah, pull a Thelma.
Yeah. Great.
Drive this fucking douchebag off a cliff.
All right. Well, I think we answered.
But wait, I got final advice. So I think she should definitely stay with him just to torture him. I like the idea of stealing his stuff. Because he's so fucking nutty. You got to move in with him and just make his life hell. Just ruin his collectibles. Shit talk Lord of the Rings. Be like, have you ever seen this show Game of Thrones? It's like Lord of the Rings, but for adults, not fucking simpletons that are children trapped in a
She
grown
just
up
comes home from work and she's like, you know what? I'm just done with fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm just like done with that. I'm done with that.
Yeah, she's like, I'm watching Billions. Fuck you, you know, and just watch grown up shows and just
Not
really
even
twist
Succession,
the knife. In.
Billions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The obscure, shitty Succession.
Yeah.
You make him watch that. Make him watch anything but children's stuff.
Wait, who's the character actor on Billions? Is it? It's not Gary. What's his? Sorry,
I'm
it's
honestly-
Paul Giamatti.
Paul-
It's
Paul-
Paul
Oh,
Giamatti.
yeah.
And there's
I love me some Paul Giamatti.
Me too. There's this movie San Andreas with The Rock. Did anyone see? It's
I didn't see it.
It's a terrible movie,
Yes.
but Paul Giamatti plays a geologist, a scientist.
Yeah.
who-
Oh,
who
nice.
Who
I
knows?
love Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, and he knows that the earthquake's coming, and he just
Yeah.
keeps going. Everybody get down! Everybody get down!
That's a pretty good Giamatti. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
good.
Thanks. It's the movie is that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
It's good.
Dude,
gives you the impression.
Every
It's
character
like,
he plays, he's just kind of annoyed and disheveled.
Yeah, it's sideways.
He's always
but with
eating his shoulder.
earthquakes.
Everybody get down.
Dude, I just watched Sam Adams, where he plays the second president. Sam
Right,
Adams.
yeah, with Laura Linney. Laura Linney as his wife, yeah.
The whole time.
No, wait, different. No, that was John Adams. John Adams.
John Adams, yeah. I was Sam Adams is appearing.
I was like, I don't think.
I was like, yes, Sam Adams, our second president. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
I pledge.
I made a beer. No one drinks my beer. I was the president of the United States. Why does everybody like watching it so much?
Everyone does a really good Giamatti. It's really great. It's very.
He's deceptively easy to do.
Why does Jefferson get more pussy than me? I was president before him. Everyone wants to bang Jefferson. He's a dick. He owns people. Everybody loves him though.
I don't own people.
Who wants some Merlot? Who wants Merlot?
Whoa, that sounds blasphemous. There.
Brought it back to sideways. Come on.
I'm getting canceled for having an intern sit on a cake.
Yeah. All right, I think we answered that question. Let's move on. We're going to do the next question as our last question.
Absolutely.
Cool, let's do it.
Last question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you've got questions, write them into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments. Give us your questions right there in the chat. We're going to take our last one from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
Last question. My boyfriend upset my sister. My sister invited us to a restaurant with other friends and family, and it was a loud atmosphere, so you couldn't really hear individual conversations unless you were leaning in to certain people. My sister likes to talk about health-related changes, such as cutting lactose from her diet, but whereas my boyfriend, on the other hand, likes to drink energy drinks. My sister in the past has made comments about how bad energy drinks are, and how she doesn't even let her own husband drink them. I
drink 2 Monsters every day. I order them by the case. Fuck you.
The caffeine topic came up again in the tone. The conversation was very light, and them laughing, even joking about the whole thing.
Defiant.
But then at one point, my boyfriend said, "You sound like an idiot," in a joking manner. This was the point where the conversation completely turned. My sister got extremely serious and offended. She went on a tangent about respect and told him that he isn't going to disrespect her like that. My boyfriend looked kind of stunned and simply just said, okay. And they stopped talking for the rest of the night. As a side note, they've known each other for almost 2 years. Personally, I thought his comment was totally fine because, again, they were joking. However, my sister's opinion is that she shouldn't have been disrespected like that, and she even pulled me aside later in the night saying that I shouldn't allow my boyfriend to talk to her like that. It's now been a few weeks, and I've not talked to my sister very much. My boyfriend, again, apologized to her because he didn't know what else to do, but my sister is still offended. What do I do?
Wait, can you sum it up? I got so distracted by Monster and Jake's.
Yeah, I got a little. Let's do the spark notes.
Sorry, thank you. Yeah,
Monster energy drink.
Thank you so much for saying.
It's hard sometimes.
Because I was like, oh, Monster.
Me too.
It is a beautiful shiny can. I'm sorry.
Shiny?
Yeah.
This is my precious. I fucking turn into Gollum if I don't have one in the morning.
Basically, like, the sister, she is, I guess, known for being a health nut, and she likes to say that she's, cutting things out of her diet. And the person who's writing the question, her boyfriend drinks energy drinks, and the sister brings up the topic of caffeine, and they are. And the sister and the boyfriend the sister says, okay, caffeine's not good. I don't even let my husband drink those. And the boyfriend then says, oh, well, you sound like an idiot. And this offends the sister, and the sister then gets in, pulls the person who's writing the question aside and says, listen, that he can't disrespect me like that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Ugh. I think she should turn to the boyfriend right in front of the sister and be like, hey, my sister's not an idiot. She's a cunt. Get it straight. She sucks. I hate this lady.
Definitely a cunt. And I also just think that it's biased against certain types of caffeine drinkers.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
I think the Monster, the energy drink is a person. That is a type of person that I respect. I love energy drink guys.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And
We're good people.
There's no difference between that. And the psychos who drink like double espressos. I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and if I have like an iced coffee, I am like coked out. So I just think caffeine is a drug like any other, and the way we take it should be respected and tolerated. And I think that people who are energy drinkers like Jake should hold their can high.
What I'm not hearing is the person who submitted. I'm not hearing her opinion of her sister.
Oh, I think we have it.
You think so? Wait.
Yeah.
It's that she's crazy? Or? Okay, good then.
If she even said in the comments, like, I don't think what my boyfriend said was like they were.
Oh,
joking.
okay.
Yeah,
She was really
did
taking
make it
the
a point to
boyfriend's
say
side.
that it was like
Yeah.
the tone seemed joking.
Yeah,
quote
yeah.
unquote.
Oh, dude, I think she should hook the sister up with that psycho from the last question and get her murdered with fucking Lord of the Rings toys, you know?
Yes. Psycho
But she'll be
killer.
very awake for it
Oh, yeah.
because she's off caffeine. She's acoustic energy now.
Yeah. All right, here's what she did. All right, go and find her bottles of green sludge that you know that this lady drinks.
Yeah.
And you cut it with Monster Energy. You know, you just you take it and you pour a little bit of Monster in the green drink.
Would you go to jail for dosing someone with caffeine?
in Florida.
In
Florida.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's not just caffeine. It's there's chemicals in this that we're gonna find out. I mean, they use in rocket fuel like 20 years from now. Like this.
Well, that's how you're going.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think it's it's always such a one-sided argument. If you're quote unquote healthy with whatever trend is the latest and whatever, because remember when we were kids and they said only drink milk and eat bread and you'll grow up to be big and strong. It's
yes.
I guess your vitamin D would be good, but
every piece of diet, nutrition information I've ever been told in my lifetime has changed 7 times. It's fucking crazy.
Where do you see it changing in the future? I think about this.
Yeah, so right now it's all like meat, veggies, like it's kind of keto. You know what I mean? Like it's sort of.
I think white rice is going to make a comeback.
Dude, yeah, I think
I could see that.
I think
Not even a joke. I genuinely just think that.
oh, I thought you were kidding. Oh, okay.
No, not a joke. I think it's going to make because the thing is
Did it ever go away? Sorry, it did.
It's because doctors have said like, oh, it's just kind of packed with sugar. That's how it kind of gets digested. But the thing is, like, I feel like white rice has been consumed for so long in so many different communities that it's gonna be like maybe you need to pair it well with a certain other kind of food, but it's eventually gonna be like, all right, this is fine, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I think that's what's gonna happen.
I have heard people say. Look at me quoting my fucking sources like an asshole. I've heard there's been studies, but
I've heard that brown rice is even worse because it's full of stuff you're not even supposed to eat. All the husk and extra shit. I've heard so many different things, much like you.
It changes all the time. But I have heard that in terms of carbs, like rice isn't as bad for you as like pasta.
Yeah,
like flour-based stuff. Yeah.
I think we're gonna find out in 5 years that bananas are evil. This whole time we thought bananas were good for us.
That's
and
right. I've been putting them in pancakes.
I've
been sitting on them.
The only reason why we evolved from chimpanzees or whatever it was because we stopped eating bananas and we were like,
I
like
came from
bananas.
Adam's rib, so let's just be clear. So
Your skin looks amazing.
thank you. It's because I'm from the rib, from the rib. So it's
I mean, you'd think when God told Adam to take its rib out and I'm going to turn it into, it's like, bro, you made me, just fucking make her. Like, why do I got to give up a rib? That's bullshit.
So I guess
It would be funny. It would be funny if he was like, "Oh, I took this rib out so I could suck my own dick," and then God was like, "Oh yeah, here's a woman." He was like, "Yeah, that's what I wanted."
Thank you, thank you. I was waiting for someone to say.
I need to write that down.
Yeah, it's
I
really
created a being to suck your dick, bro.
It's the same.
Found it.
It's the same result. There's always 2 ways to skin a cat. Am I right? Okay.
It's true. There's more than one way to cake
From the front or from the back.
Just don't get your teeth on it, right?
So again, I just think that there's people who tout to be healthy, and I'm sure they are, but it just seems like it's okay for them to preach on their soapbox on their Whole Foods bags to the rest of everyone else about what is healthy, what's not. And whereas people who are, quote unquote, not as healthy, it's not okay to be like, I think you should drink more energy drinks. We should feel shame for certain things. Now, don't get me wrong. Certain things, I don't know. I just think like everyone should live their lives. And I'm just going to bring up a story about the Keanu Reeves, who I'm sure was all on your minds.
Yes.
I was wondering what he's
because everyone like says to Keanu, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
like you look so great for your age. Like, what do you do?" And he goes, I kind of just like live my life, because he had this story about like his friend had a mom who was super healthy when they were kids, and she like just suddenly passed away at 45. So he's like, yeah, if you want cake, eat some cake. Like there's something to be said with not mentally torturing yourself every day of what you put in your body. So
Just living life, but like healthily, but pleasurably. Like doing things you like and not stressing yourself out.
Not being like, again, that self-shame, that will kill you more than white rice. So
as someone with no shame, I support that message. I'm going to live like Keanu Reeves. I'm going to live excellent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really am going to be thinking about that on the way home.
It's a very
I really am.
It's a very Googleable story. So that, and then also if the woman in Florida who dosed her wedding guests, if she's out of jail, those are two things that you can
Oh
look
my
up
God,
on
I'm gonna have such a good cozy time at home while I'm drinking my hibiscus tea.
That's right. WWKRD. What would Keanu Reeves do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People would Google that. A lot of people are like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah.
Making another John Wick movie.
Which is good.
Is it good?
Oh my
Oh,
God!
really?
I like.
You haven't seen the John Wick
They're
movies?
good. They're
I've
great.
seen a few of them. I haven't seen all of them.
They're
I haven't
great.
seen all of
They're
them.
great.
Sorry.
I've seen.
I'm sorry if I came in too hot.
No,
pretty good.
no,
No,
that's
but
good.
they're
That's good.
so good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't finished them yet.
Okay.
I've yet.
Because they just came out with another one, right? They keep
Yes.
coming. They keep
Yeah.
coming.
You
Yeah.
want- Dude, you wanna know how-
Make all of them.
You want to know how
Just
number
like
4
Keanu.
ends?
Tell me.
It's Rosebud was a sled. It was yeah.
Did you just ruin the movie for everyone?
Yes.
Rosebud was
it's the name of a sled.
That
Yeah.
sounds like code for anal. Sorry. It's
No,
too many
it was-
images.
it does, a
I'm
little
so
bit.
It was-
sorry.
Dude,
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
making old man references. That's from Citizen Kane.
I haven't seen Citizen Kane.
I haven't seen Citizen Kane
Sorry,
either.
I'm just so young.
Yeah, I'm.
It's from like 1907.
I mean, I feel like
it's a
normally
fucking
I'm
old
pretty good about the movie references we make on this podcast, but this whole episode, you guys have been like just speaking
we've been
a different
nerding it up,
language.
yeah.
It's like
It's been good.
You're talking about all the. I'm sure it's amazing, but I'm just like I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But that's probably just I just need to get woke with Lord of the Wings.
And you, Lord of the Wings?
That's what it's called, right?
Lord of the
Or is
Wings.
it-
Ward of the Wings. Yes.
Lord of the Wings?
Yes.
You hated the Lord of the Wings?
The Wobbit. What, Widow Wobbit? That's the one that sucked. The Widow Wobbit movie. Ugh.
Yeah.
We didn't like that.
Peter Wobbit.
Rings.
That's right.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Oh.
I'm hunting
Now I-
wabbits and wings.
But now I want wings. Now
Lord of the Wings.
Keanu says
That
you can
sounds
have
so much
them.
better.
Yes.
I don't. You
Lord
want
of the Wings.
a ring over a set of wings? Are you okay? All right.
Red Bull, it gives you wings.
I'm sure. Yeah, it has to. It's about the largest. Anyway, let's just do final advice for this question.
All right, before we do that, let me read a couple comments.
Okay.
Joel on YouTube says, the sister sounds genuinely offended. They should give her a Lord of the Rings book to try to smooth things over.
maybe she doesn't,
man on
yeah.
YouTube says he can't get hard.
Amen, brother.
He says bananas have potassium sponge something, which is used to induce heart attacks. Yeah,
Whoa.
maybe. Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Who's going, I'm not getting enough heart attacks. I need to shake up my day.
Listen,
I got all
I'm
this
either gonna
health
have.
insurance. I'm paying all these premiums and stuff. Like, I'm not using it enough. I want to have a heart attack. The fuck am I paying for this for if I'm not having a heart attack?
Let's put Bayer aspirin to the test. No one puts aspirin in a foxhole anymore.
Let's see. Amy says, the baby got the phone. Never mind.
Oh.
Let's see. But yeah, let's do final advice for this
Okay.
for
All right.
this lady.
Over to you, Jake.
All right.
Your
So
final advice.
my final advice for her is you know that the boyfriend is in the right. You know what I mean? So you have to just basically either tell the sister to fuck off or just don't bring him around. You know what I mean? Like don't hang out with your sister. That's a win-win. Yeah. It's like, well, okay, just either do a soft apology or don't. But either way, just don't spend a lot of time around the sister. It's not that hard. Like, the sister's the problem. Spend less time around her, and it's gonna be better, man. it was, dude, I think she's probably the worst person out of all the questions to me. Because A, she's being shitty to her sister's boyfriend for no goddamn reason. B, health stuff, man. I ate brisket mac and cheese and washed it down with a Monster Energy drink and 3 White Claws before this podcast. So, like, fuck
Look
this.
at you.
That sounds so
I'm
nice.
living the dream. I'm living the fucking dream. That's why this lady's so miserable, is because she did not eat brisket mac and cheese with a Monster Energy drink and some White Claws. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So go do that. I'm yin and yang it. You know what I mean? I got the uppers. I got the downers. And now I'm, what do Buddhists call it? I'm fucking kicking ass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Mindful.
Yeah.
Present.
That's what the Buddhists call it. Kicking ass.
That's what
Mindful as
That's what
fuck,
Buddhists
bro.
chant. Slay, slay, slay.
Yeah. That was my favorite Paul Giamatti movie, was he played the Buddhist. I'm going to kick ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear this
I'm gonna
horse robe
kick
and kick
ass.
ass.
so centered right now. I'm just so centered.
Yeah.
Who the fuck got a stain on my horse robe? Son of a bitch.
My final advice for this person is that it's just really, like, you're really bothered by this. Like, clearly your sister is very self-entitled, very self-conscious, and you seem like you have a chill guy. It's like, I just feel like this is a time where whenever you do hang out with this sister, aren't you adult enough to just be like, oh, yeah, sure, cashew milk, totally into it, yep-a-doodle, and then you just, like, make fun of her on the car ride home like normal families do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do in my family. It's I mean, it's just like to say, oh, we're gonna solve it. It's like there's no coming around there, like, with this. There's no, like, having a conversation with the sister and she gets all normal. That's not happening in the situation. So you should foster the relationship that you have with your boyfriend if you like him enough, because he sounds normal. So just, I think, try and hang out with more normal people. So
Yeah, I haven't spoken to my brother for years, and I'm doing great. And I also think celebrate the fact that you got an energy drink guy like Jake over here. I think there are an undersung type of guy like Jake here can set up all this equipment. They can, energy drink guys can, like, fix stuff. They can set stuff up. Coffee guys have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
they can also, like,
I'm a
scream in
coffee
your
guy.
face.
I don't
you a
know
coffee guy?
anything about life.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be like me or get with someone like me.
I thought you were a tea drinker. You said hibiscus tea. I didn't.
Oh no, I do also like tea.
Okay, so you're complicated. You got.
I'm layered.
You're
layered.
Your caffeine's complicated.
Nah, dude.
Oh my.
Zero energy, zero sugar Monster Energy, the kind in the white can. That's get a guy that drinks that.
Yeah,
Sorry, what were you saying,
gotta-
Caitlin? Yeah.
No, I think she's got to keep her with the energy drink guy.
That's
and
right.
Don't talk to your sister. Family's overrated.
Yes.
You'll be fine.
You're basically in heaven because you're pretty much banging me right now, lady. Your life is perfect. Your life is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, final thoughts from me. I will say, okay, this is what I would do if I were in her position, is that I would say, all right, sweetie, you did absolutely nothing wrong. You did absolutely nothing wrong, but she is someone that we're going to run into in the future, and this is not me thinking this is what she deserves, but it's something that I think would make things a lot easier in the family, is if you just said, sorry. I don't like that you have to. No, but hear me out. Let me finish. I'm still in character. All right. If you just make this just one little apology, even though you didn't do anything wrong, and I'm totally on your side, this is not me trying to two-time or anything. I genuinely think that you did nothing wrong, but if you just make an apology, I will give you wicked head. I will give you...
Yes.
Oh my God, you have no idea how grateful I would be if I just don't have to deal with this issue anymore by you apologizing. I would make it so worth your while.
I've surgically removed my gag reflex. They did it in Tijuana. It's
through Christ.
Yeah.
His name was Jesus, but that was the guy who did the surgery. Yeah.
You should have seen my baptism. It was
Yeah.
wild.
I'm gonna
The priest had no gag reflex either.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
We had a
and
DJ.
Say, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Lucas and Jake have never given head. Okay.
How dare you?
Whoa. Why would you assume the truth? Okay, whoa.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that out there, sort of like, hey kids, here's a bag of steaks to play play with. Okay.
Don't forget the balls. That's all I'm saying. Don't forget the balls.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And never giving head. If you think I get cranky when I run out of Monster, wait till I run out of Blow. I'll do all kinds of things. That's right.
Awesome. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we answered all these questions.
Absolutely.
Super duper good this week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to all the listeners out there, especially the people that were live. If you're listening on an audio only platform, we still appreciate you. Like and subscribe, but check us out on YouTube. Like and subscribe there, man. Watch it live. Give us your comments. Give us your questions. Thank you to everybody who's in the chat tonight. Thank you to Natalie. Thank you to Joanne. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to producer Amy. Thank you most of all to our two guests. Thank you to Caitlin McKee.
Yeah.
Thank you to Lukas Arnold. Until next week, we are live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. This is the Love Gurus podcast. We are Jake Vevera and Suzanne Leah Shepherd, and we will. We're not going to be live next Thursday though because it's Thanksgiving. However,
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody! But we are going to do a live, special remote episode. Tentatively, we're kind of planning on Tuesday, but yeah, check socials and stuff like that. But yeah, sometime within the next week, we're going to have a little remote ski poo broadcast. But until next time, later.
Yeah.